Hey guys, welcome back to another live stream. Sorry for the delay. How is everyone? Has been the beginning of your week? Anyone has taken advantage of the moves? So welcome. Yeah, so 2 streams per week that I usually do. Saturday it was really nice. I have loads of fun. The last stream on Saturday, it was a good session. And some of the levels that we looked at on Saturday, I do a weekly analysis in preparation for the week ahead. And some levels that we talked about, they kind of end up being respected, and price end up doing what we were expecting, or that we talked about. For example, the continuation to the downside on the dollar, the continuation to the upside on the euro targeting the high, euro taking the high, euro respecting the level that we talked about actually 2 weeks ago on a Saturday, the zone just above the high that price faked out. That was a zone as well. Dollar index taking these lows, the attention to the break of the previous low in here, move down, and expecting new lows to be created this week before any major reversal. And this is what you are looking for, right? So on the dollar index, price even took this low as well, and you are looking for, and price now at this point is respecting something in there. There's a level in there that dollar index is reacting from. I was just wondering. Yeah, and at this point, of course, when you have such a break to the downside, or when you have a break of lows to downside, usually we have some kind of supply level created, right? Some zone that is going to most likely or has a higher probability of being respected. And until we maybe break above this level, that's maybe when you have the confirmation maybe to go higher. We had this high in here. This high never really reached there. In terms of continuation to the downside, to be honest, actually this morning we made that prediction. I would have preferred to see, for example, dollar to continue to go down, respect this level in here, and actually create new lows. If we had created new lows in here before we actually reach this level, I think I would be even more biased to the downside. Because we kind of would create a new low, we create these highs in here. Now we could literally fake out all these highs into this fresh supply level aligned with the previous lows, and now we could have looked for even further down. Since we never really broke these lows, we actually are respecting this demand zone today in here, even before and after the reaction from there. So this level has been touched, this level has been taken, and this may start building up to the upside. I'm going to be curious to see how price is going to be behaving here. Are we going to break it or not to the upside? If you do that, I think there's a potential further move to the upside on the dollar. Again, we are indeed creating plenty of lows in here. We just took massive lows on the left side. So in terms of liquidity for a reversal, that's been almost done. It's kind of enough maybe to fake out all these lows that we have in here, and even those on the left side. Yeah, question mark is, are you still going to create a new low or not before maybe a reversal? I could still see price maybe giving a little bit of space and going a little bit lower, so I'm still aware of that. Maybe price could go a little bit below, retesting something in there before a reversal to the upside, instead of just reacting from here. In there, it's a good. It can work out. It can be a good enough level for price to reverse. So yeah, let's see in alignment as well with the other assets, with the other pairs. Something in there again. This was a level on the lower time frame, maybe the bigger picture. This is the week that price can go and react from. This was another level. We are on the 4 hour. So this can be actually maybe the zone that we may look for. This was the other one in here, kind of maybe the demand zone in here that price has been reacting from. We had this one that price kind of broke through, should have been respected, and price basically touched it today in there. So this is what we have on the dollar. But yes, as predicted last Saturday, more move to the downside on the dollar, continuation to the downside after such a strong move last Friday during the NFP and the services PMI. It was expected that usually on Monday's price will just continue to trade in the same direction, and that's what happened on the euro as well, and so on. And actually the Monday pattern that I usually talked about, it actually occurred. I was looking for price kind of to react a little bit from here first, but price went all the way down. It reacted a little bit from here, it reversed during the middle of the London session, as I mentioned, somewhere in there. It was actually a little bit in the beginning. In the euro it was around 910. It reversed a little bit until finally we resumed the move to the downside, and this is something that you can notice quite often on these specific Mondays. At this point, price, yes, is in this range. Let's see which direction is going to break. Again, there's a chance maybe to see new lows. We have CPI next Thursday. Price may be moving not that much until there. We'll see if tomorrow we gain some momentum to the upside or to the downside. If you're going to fake out these lows, could be an option. Or we're going to just respect something like this before maybe having some kind of momentum to the upside. Yeah, it's time to see. Euro index is breaking to the upside. Fair enough, we went all the way down in here. We took it. We basically are respected from this range. Hey Carox, welcome, man. Second day in a row, man. Welcome. Glad to see you here, man. I'm glad to see you here. How are you, man? How is your beginning of the week? Yeah, price kind of respected that well. We actually took this low, so this is something to pay attention to in the future. We actually took this low in here on Euro index. However, we are moving to the upside, and there is a high chance that we may fake out these ones at this point. There was this key level in here that it's important to look at, and price respected it. As I think I mentioned, I don't know if this occurred yesterday, maybe yesterday. Yes, again, when you break these levels, there's going to be something in here that's important to see if it's broken or not. Otherwise, maybe price will just carry on to the upside. We have all this strong compression. You can almost draw a trend line in here. Eventually that can be broken. We just fake out this side. There's maybe something in there, but at this point this low kind of needed to be taken, and at this point it hasn't, right? So we kind of break it. We have a little bit of this range, and oops, a little bit of this range, and price kind of needed to come on, go away. And price kind of needed to break it a little bit to start giving indication that want to go lower. Doesn't really happen, so maybe you're going to continue to see a further move to the upside on the euro index, being aware that this one actually broke this low. So we are short on the euro, right? Still break even. Yeah, I'll take a look at the euro in a bit. Yeah, euro took the highs and it went all the way there to react from the level that we talked about last Saturday. You never managed to sell euro in the first level that you mentioned. Did you avoid that setup, that short? It was still within the structure from last week. Yes, whatever it may be, this spike in here, there's a chance that price can actually take this spike and go a little bit higher. And personally, there's even a chance for price to go all the way up and even take these highs, right? So we have seen the move to the upside, and yes, there is a chance for price to go somewhere in there and maybe fake out these highs and go higher. Yeah, so yeah, could be somewhere in there, or even fake out this highs, fake out this high in here and go all the way there. Yeah, keeping an eye. There's maybe something around it here, but it's already double top, already reacting from that level. Not sure how much more is in there, but this is the higher high. So this is the high that kind of created this move to the downside. And sometimes if price wants to give an indication that it wants to go higher, one zone to actually kind of give that indication at the same time reversing is after breaking this high. So price could literally maybe break this high and reverse after that. At the same time, it will be giving the information that it wants to go higher, that euro wants to go higher. So there is that option. Still maybe respecting these highs on the left side, just taking out that high in here and then maybe reversing. So it's something to pay attention to. If you do break this high, again, pay attention to maybe some level of demand zone that is in there. Maybe you can break it and then finally have maybe an opportunity, and they're going to see maybe some sells on the euro. Maybe that's going to be when the euro is going to reverse, for example. Yeah, strong compression in here, definitely. Yeah, it took a 20, but yeah, yeah, price never really showed any indication that it wanted to reverse on the euro in there. Dollar yen is in this, not dollar yen, yen index is in this range. I'm still kind of looking for price to go a little bit lower. So price respected this supply yesterday. It was a level that you're looking for. Price respected it, so kind of no break upwards, which is respected to the extreme. It may have broken a little bit this one, not sure. But it didn't respect it. It didn't break this one. So even though price ended up respecting out this demand zone, I'm still a little bit looking for price to go a little bit further down. You can even break these lows altogether. But at least in here, at least taking this low, I would like to see price doing that. And then let's see whatever it's going to do. We are creating this kind of trend line in here, this compression to the downside. Yeah, it's in the range. And we have seen that as well on the euro yen, on the dollar yen, sorry, what has been doing. The indices have been interesting. Guys, welcome to the live stream. I got a few subs last Saturday. It was funny, it was good. So thank you very much, guys, for everyone that subscribed to the channel. Hope you get value from it. Yeah, the indices, yeah, move to the upside again. That's something that we were looking for, to kind of maybe feel that range after breaking in here. I was aware of this demand zone in here. I was actually looking for price maybe to go higher and retest here and then go there. That didn't happen. Price went straight away there without even retesting this level. After the break of this one, we have this demand zone. The price went straight away into the next level, which would be somewhere in here. I actually mentioned this. We had those spikes in there. I think I did that. I think I did this with you guys. Let's go back in there. I was looking actually for price to go a little bit higher, but in reality, looking with more detail, and that's why lower time frame and looking with details into the levels matter. The moment trading view fixes this situation, anytime you change time frame, you always need to go scroll to the left side. It's so annoying. Yeah, in reality, if you zoom in into here, this is actually what you have. In reality, yeah, I looked at these spikes in here. Now I wanted price to take these highs, but this high actually touched the supply already, so there's not exactly space in there for price to actually fake out. And after that, we have this kind of quasi-model level, right? We have the high that's touching this kind of the supply on the left side. We have this left shoulder, price goes down, price goes up, creates fake out, and this is the head of it, and it goes down. So in reality, we could have looked for the trade still within this level without really looking for the fake out of the highs. That could have been a scenario. Yes, price can go a little bit more to the extreme of the supply level. Yes, it can. But yes, there was no need to fake out this size, because actually this high spiked into the supply and there was not exactly space in there. And after that we have this quasi model, right? We have the scenario price going down, and somewhere in there you can look for a sell. That's actually where S&P went to and reacted from. After that, moved to the upside, went all the way down, and now it's kind of, yes, we have now this previous demand zone. Price can maybe trade a little bit in here. There's a potential to look for maybe a long somewhere in here, or this could have been already a long attempt maybe to go higher, or at least maybe target there. We'll see. Now it's in a range, right? So now it's in the moment where it looked like we broke close. But at the same time, we are just retesting straight away the next support resistance with the demand zone in here. So this can either work a little bit. It's a good level to look for a long. Even broke these highs before that. In terms of target expectations, we'll see if it's actually going to go all the way back, or this is just a move down, and this is actually the break of the low. So we'll see. I have no idea why so many gaps in here on the service. Yeah, loads of gaps in here. So yeah, this is for the S&P. Again, continuation, we target kind of this low, filling this price. That's where it went to. And Nasdaq, interesting enough, still was looking a little bit higher, but at this point it just took this double top. So we had this double top in here, and price just moved a little bit upwards. It took that level, and the same happened for the Nasdaq as S&P. We had this still demand zone. We didn't really break below that. That could have been like a little bit more indication that it went a little bit lower. Nevertheless, we still have this level, but this one actually can be seen almost as maybe an engulf up. It actually took these highs. We'll see. Nice range in there, nice reaction. Just took the double top and it moved to the downside. There's maybe something in here at this supply level. Price already spiked all the way through this demand. It's going upwards. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, nice little zone. Price in here. These lows never reached the demand. Now price went all the way down. This is a typical move for the opening. I don't know if it occurs or not, but it's incredible. It's incredible how they leave this level in here. Below, just went all the way down, and we tested. Actually have that move to the upside. So yeah, we'll see what the S&P, not Nasdaq, is going to do. Let's go back to the major FX pairs. Yeah, let's go back to it. There's maybe something in here, around something in there to look for a potential new reaction. Again, if you break these lows, there's maybe something a little bit in there. Then you start going a little bit further down. In here. So CPI next Thursday. So something to be aware of. I'm expecting a good day tomorrow. I think there's going to be some movement. I don't think we are going to be within this range. I think we're going most likely to break through this range, which I hope so. And we are going to have some movement. And then yes, and then Thursday, another movement with the CPI. Yeah, right. But I think tomorrow, to be honest, I think we're going to have some momentum tomorrow. I'd like to see still the double top being taken on the euro. So yeah, the trade that I remember, I think the level you're looking for something in here. Carox, I think that was the level. I mentioned this one. I had no idea how price would open, and apparently it just opened, spiked in here, and it moved straight to the upside. So it was straight away reacting from this level. In that regard, there was not really any indication that price wanted to go down. We talked about under two levels, kind of at the extreme somewhere in here, and there was another one that Faden mentioned somewhere in there. It was actually reacting a little bit from Faden's movement, and again, that was the Monday pattern, as I call it, right? So at around 9 a.m., it was actually a little bit early, usually to be 10, 11. At around 9 a.m., price kind of reversed. And I was looking actually for longs. I wish price would actually retest kind of the opening, the Monday opening. We kind of with this demand in here behind. I would like to see price actually to go a little bit lower, take this one, and then continue to the upside. That never occurred. This may be a zone to look for in the future. So yeah, price may go below these lows somewhere in the future, and maybe we can have some opportunity to look for longs in here on the euro. Yeah, being aware of that, which is basically the weekly and daily open. Yeah, we did break below, and price then just skyrocketed to the upside. It ended up breaking the highs in here. Something that we also mentioned, that aside from that, almost all this has been spiked, has been taken. I don't even know who traded on the 2nd of January. A few orders in here, but yes, I was expecting price to go higher, and it did. And what did it react to? It reacted from the level that we talked about 2 weeks ago, I think. It was the level above the other zone, right? So the previous high was reacting something in here, and we talked about this level in alignment with this left shoulder, reacting from there. So in here, there was definitely still orders, especially if you go in detail into the lower time frame. That's where we were looking for, and that's where price reacted yesterday in the evening. Yeah, somewhere in there, right? This is where price reacted. This is kind of the decision point. Goes, we even break this low first, attempt to go higher one more time. It doesn't, and it just drops from there. There's maybe even a little bit above it. Price didn't really reacted from there. It's reacting from something else. So price can even fake out a little bit more just to react from there. The euro. So yeah, we'll see. But finally, this level has been reached. The reaction so far, it's a little bit in a range. Eventually, I could even, yeah, there's a potential if price wants to go higher, it actually can target this high and maybe go down after that. Where are you looking? Yeah, maybe. The other day I was looking at someone's charts. I actually get some ideas. I was commenting with Pedro. Sometimes I look at other people's charts, especially on the higher time frame, and if they are quite empty, and I get some ideas, even though they don't really mention this setup. But actually, on the daily, we have all these highs, and eventually I would actually like to see all these highs taken and price to go into the supply level. So somewhere in here, in the future, whatever it may be, I don't know when that's going to happen. But somewhere in here from 1096 to 1097, something like that, like somewhere in there, just above these highs. This high actually already faked out these highs. So yeah, I'll be looking for definitely short somewhere in there, and that maybe can be actually a strong or a big move to the downside. We'll see it's going to be or not, but this level is literally still fresh. None of these highs reacted from there. So yeah, in the future, why not going there? This level actually I want to draw a line in here with this wall. Has this wall been taken? Yeah, keeping an eye on that one. Yeah, maybe above this, maybe this level can be interesting as well. Actually go into detail into here. So price goes above this one. So yes, this is something in here. Good, price reacted from this level, something in there. I like the alignment of this low. Sometimes price does like to react from kind of this level, just like euro reacted from the reaction of this spike in here, in there. Sometimes if there's something in alignment with this level, that can originate as well good reactions. That's why I'm actually identifying that level. No, not really the biggest fan, but yeah, maybe there's something in here. Taking out this highs, and maybe price can actually go maybe in there. But yes, eventually I would like to see price taking out this and going there. Yeah, that's for the future. So let's actually go into detail in there. Is price taken that one or not? But this is what I was looking for. These have maybe have been spiked already. All this. Not really sure if there's anything in there. This one, yeah, I'm not really sure. Price went up, price took the lows, price went up one more time, price took the lows in here. There's a decision point to go down. But these ones, all these touches in here, there's maybe this head in here. Yeah, not sure if this is still valid or not. It looks like price has spiked a lot. Maybe price wants just to go and continue to go higher, maybe until somewhere in there. What do you think of euro drop to 0.89? 0.89, right? Where is that? Is that all the way below the lows? 0.89. Oh my goodness. Where is 0.89? I have that level as well. Is it this level? I have this line in here. Is it this line? Is 0.89, 0.16? Yeah, apparently we do have the same. Yep. Yeah, in the future, yeah, maybe. Whenever it may be. I do like it. Yes, definitely below these walls. Something in there. So, yep. There you go. I have it as well. When that's going to happen, yeah. No idea. But yes, whenever price is approaching this level, for sure I'm going to be waiting for price to take these lows, and I'm going to be looking for price to react from something in here. I don't believe you were following the stream back then, but I actually predicted the lower low on the euro. I predicted for a long time actually, since July, that I had that level identified. I was looking for price to take these lows for a long time, since we actually broke the lows in here. Since we actually broke these lows, I was looking for price to take these lows, and this was a level that I identified. And actually then now the approach as well in here, it was really good. Actually, we kind of predicted the day before as well how price eventually reversed in there. And all I got from this level, it was actually just a break-even trade from the lower lows. I got from here, this was when the Bank of England kind of interviewed in the market. And all I got from here, it was literally a break-even setup. I had this low, it was amazing, without this compression. Yes, looking for longs. That's how I got. Yep, that's how I got. I got some longs along the way in here. But yeah, from the lower low, it was just a break-even. I fived myself. Yeah, but yes, I do like the 0.89. Now, when price is going there, I have no clue when price is going there. Euro today, what is doing right now? So we didn't break this low, and because we didn't break this low, I never looked for the short. Just clean as that. I was looking for shorts. I wanted to pull the trigger, but because we never really broke this low, I kind of avoid it. I wanted even to short it from here. But because I was aware of this level that was still fresh, so I had the two supplies. I had one here and I had another one in there. I wanted to short it from here, but my stop was kind of a little bit conservative, kind of above the highs. I didn't like the risk reward on the trade. If I had just looked for the risk reward, for the stop loss above this highs, that could have been an option, but I was aware of all these highs and I was afraid that price could go there. So eventually I just actually stayed away from both scenarios, from both sells, either this one, and then I didn't even attempt to look for the short in there because he never managed to break this low. The break of this low kind of would have opened up a little bit space for me to go down. We never did that, so I'm actually just waiting to see if price breaks the low finally, if price wants to go higher first, whatever it may want to do. So at this point, I'm outside of the euro. I'm not taking any setup until we move away. Yeah, lucky. Yeah, so that's for me on the euro. I could see maybe it's still within this level, that high that I was mentioning. There's maybe price can even go higher a little bit, can go down. You mentioned that you are short from 0.75. Yeah, 0.75, it's above this, is somewhere in here. CPI, what is my take? That's a good question. I think CPI is going to kind of move the euro a bit away from the focus of the market. Maybe this on Thursday is still going to be big. Eventually, by the end of the first quarter, maybe it's going to start slowing down in terms of how much impact it has. I think the market's going to start paying more and more attention to NFP, for example, like it did already last Friday. It's been a while since we had such a strong movement during the NFP. But yeah, because the market is already kind of from the central bankers, like the Fed is already doing what it's doing. It's going to reducing the interest rates. 25% is what the market's expecting. The only difference between what the market is expecting and what the Fed is saying is how high the interest rate is going to. Like the Fed is still pointing above 5. The market is predicting below 5. There's a final one. We'll see where that goes. In terms of the CPI, where price is going to, that's a good question. I'm still kind of bearish on the euro. I still like to see the euro eventually turning the same way that I would like to see the dollar going upwards. Question mark is just from where, right? So, for example, I would like to see maybe price creating a new leg to the upside tomorrow, and then starting maybe to create the reverse by the end of the session, or even on Tuesday, and then on Tuesday confirming with the CPI and the move to the downside. For that to happen, to see the dollar going up and the other ones going down, maybe it needs to be a little bit higher than expected, or not to be maybe neutral. If it is much lower than expected, I think at this point 7.3, market is expecting to beat 6.5 year to year. Yeah, maybe if it is much lower than expected, maybe we can see maybe the indices going up, the dollar going down. If it is flat, maybe we can see some kind of move. But yeah, tomorrow for me it's going to be an interesting day to see which direction are going to break and which levels are going to. That's what I'm going to be looking for. But yes, for example, price could literally go down, kind of just react from here and can just continue to go higher. We still have a little bit of a zone in here, or can even retest this level, the daily open. Like this small level in here, price could literally go there and go higher after that, which is also the daily open. Right, this decision here, we just broke the highs. There's maybe something in here. So in here, I think the reaction is already happening. But yes, maybe we can go a little bit higher, go here, maybe continue, and then reverse. We'll see what's going to happen. But from here, there's maybe a potential reaction on the euro. So yeah, are we going to target these highs? That can be an option. Oh, actually, this level in here on the daily is reacting from this week, so it may actually be interesting, or even going all the way there. There are a few scenarios to play. I'll be adjusting as soon as I keep looking at price. I'll be adjusting. Yeah, that's the euro. Pound feel the compression, went down basically all the way until the extreme. Yep, yesterday kind of the Monday pattern happened as well, kind of the reverse and then kind of continuation. Less movement than on the euro, but it still worked out. The Monday pattern, it actually reacted from a level that we talked about, and then it went. Personally, I would like to see still price to take this high before any reversal. Now price may go down opposite to the euro. We actually broke this low, so maybe there's a chance to go a little bit lower. Maybe reacting somewhere in there can occur as well before maybe going higher. There's maybe something in here that can hold price, maybe in alignment of this, and then price maybe can take these guys. It's compressing literally, taking every single supply of that. But yes, this is an engulf down, I'll break below. Yeah, maybe getting in here and then selling. We'll see on the pound where it's going to. What about you, Forex? What do you think? What is your view? Are you for the CPI? Are you expecting euro to go down, dollar to go up? What is your take? What are you expecting? How are you positioning yourself? I know that you're looking for shorts on the euro, even as a swing or a long term position. Aussie actually is one that reacted quite nicely, right? It's reacting from a good level on the left side. We broke the highs. I was expecting that as well. We talked about it. Price just respected this level and it moved to the upside. At this point, it's respecting this low, so we don't really have a break in there for the lows. But yeah, nice reaction. We already broke a few lows in here, and then you kind of fake out by the end of the yesterday in the evening. There's maybe still opportunities to short from the highs if eventually price goes higher. For example, I would like actually to see this low being taken in here. Maybe price can retest this level and then go higher. And if that does happen, maybe then looking for potential sales, and price can drop after that. This price actually is reacting from a good level. There's maybe potential to go higher, but for now this is a good level. Price can eventually fake out that, can even go a little bit in there, but it's an okay level. It's an okay level. Let's just say it's where the Aussie could go, right? We just kind of fake out all this. Strong move up in here. Why not? On the higher time frame, I think there's still maybe something to pay attention to at the highs in here, somewhere in there. I think there's that scenario. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So on the 4-hour time frame, actually fake out and go to the downside. Right? On the 4-hour, on the bigger picture, we actually kind of broke the low. However, on the lower time frame, we never really broke the low. When I look at this sometimes, I tend to give more importance to what I see on the higher time frame. So I may treat this one as an engulf down, even though on the lower time frame we didn't really broke through the level. However, on the 4-hour we did break below this low, and this is usually when maybe there's an opportunity actually to look for longs, because people may be looking at this like this, but in reality the extreme has been respected. But in the bigger picture, if price does indeed comes all the way here, I think I can still look for sales, because we did actually break below. We broke below that low on the 4-hour time frame. Even on the daily candle, yeah. I think I can see it as that. And this is where kind of goes a little bit in the it's not as clean, right? It's not as black and white in this case. Everyone is going to have their own opinion about this. Is this an engulf or not? Should price have broken this low as well? I tend to give more importance to what I see on the higher time frame. Yeah, you're still bearish. You have to trust and follow my system. Yeah, definitely. I am bearish as well. Like, I kind of would like to see euro. It's just a question of the timing. The timing is super important, especially if you are looking for the big reversal. Timing is important. Because price can maybe just, there's maybe short opportunities, but maybe price is just in a compression moment. So if you are, let's pretend that you this is the beginning of the go away. Let's pretend this is the beginning of the move and you are looking for the target in here all this time, right? But price is just compressing. Maybe yes, maybe you have opportunities to look for short, but your short at this point is maybe just retesting of the next low and all the way to here. If you keep shorting like that, always targeting this low, most likely you may have being stopped out all the time. Where maybe at this time the right thing to do it would be just maybe to short to here, even towards there or even towards here. And that's it, until finally we have maybe the confirmation of the turn, maybe even an extra fake out, or maybe just a sell from there. And now, yes, maybe now the timing to look for this short, now maybe it's the right timing. Can be in alignment with the news, can be in alignment with something else, but sometimes price actually is going to give us that confirmation with some break of lows and maybe extra fake out as well. Whatever price is reacting to on the left side can also help us. But yeah, so expectation of targets in terms of looking for the big reversal, yeah, it's something important to pay attention to. Yeah, Aussie, yes, there's maybe something still at the highs. I'll be paying attention whenever price retraces there. I think there's a little bit of a space in there. There's maybe something in there as well. So yeah, we'll see what's going to happen in here. Euro Aussie. This one, Aussie Yen as well, it was a great one as well, kind of reacting from this level, and it dropped. It was really good actually. This one actually even gave the retracement, so yeah, this wasn't the nice one. This could have been just a target retesting here, but there's even a potential to even look for a little bit of a bigger one. This is a key level. Let's see how price behaves in here. Otherwise, price maybe even continues to go a little bit lower. In here, you mentioned gold. Yeah, gold is another one. Gold is another one. A little bit similar to the euro. We never really, especially on the 4-hour time frame. Price just come on. Yeah, 4-hour time frame. In the 4-hour time frame, I have kind of this demand zone in here, kind of this week, and basically price just touched week, and that's it. And after that, it moved to the upside. So there's not still kind of the break in here. Therefore, I was looking for kind of an attempt to sell as well. Or I was looking for a potential sell under test, but because we never broke this low, I kind of avoid it. So at this point, until we break this low, I'm not going to sell from here. I will wait just for the fake out. If you do break this low, yes, maybe I can kind of look for a sell in there. If you're looking for scalps, yeah, for shorter time frame, there's maybe opportunities. There's maybe something in here that you could have attempt to short, maybe all the way until here. But because you never really broke that zone, we just kind of this low in here, I'm staying away. And yes, gold broke the high. We are talking about that high, the weekly high or the whatever high we are looking for. On the monthly, it was kind of a week. And yes, I was looking and we talked about a little bit about that. Yeah, maybe a little bit something in here, but I was actually looking for price to fake out the high. Any high that is kind of in the middle of the zone by itself, I kind of, when price is returning in here, I think that's too obvious of a level that everyone's going to be looking for shorts in there, and I'm just going to be waiting for price to fake out that level before even attempting to look for a short. And yes, this is the demand zone that broke that high, and it kind of broke this high in here. So this level from is kind of important to see being broken in order to maybe look for price to eventually continue to move down at that point. But there's maybe something in here that even price can retest a little bit, like this. After breaking in here, this could be used maybe as a retest and go down. But so far, I need this level to be broken. Is price still reacting? As price reached the final zone, can price go a little bit higher? Maybe. I'm looking as well for the retest of this level. We talked a little bit of the zones in there. Eventually on gold, price could even go all the way back, all the way up and reverse in here. But for now, I think after taking this monthly week, I think price could show some reversal. Maybe in between this level in here. So somewhere where price is in alignment with this low, for example, we could maybe see some reversal and maybe a really big reversal on the gold for now. Let's see, we have been creating all this compression, so this low can be important. Eventually price could go a little bit further down. But yeah, for now, yes, for now price is reacting from there. We took the high, so yeah, the potential for reversal can occur, but I'm still aware of that demand. I would like this to be taken first. Yeah, price I think is reacting somewhere in there. Is that level? Yeah, we'll see on gold. I'm not even biggest fan of this, even though it's in alignment with that kind of low on the left side. Not the biggest fan. Picking out this high, going there. Taking even this high and going here. Yeah, going to keep an eye on the approach. We're kind of respecting this level. Again, I have a few ideas on the left side of maybe where price can go to. I'm even open to the possibility that gold wants actually to go all the way up and even take this high and maybe close this a little bit of that. But yes, I'm aware of maybe a few levels in there. If I do see a good reaction, if I do see a good approach, I will definitely try to attempt for shorts. So we'll see as well on Thursday where we're going to be. But yes, this wall was not broken, and it's a red flag for me to look for shorts just yet. What else do we have? Dollar CAD ended up reacting from the level that I don't know if it was during the stream, it was another, or during the session with the other guys. But yes, price kind of took that level, it reacted from that level. It's back 2 times in there. I'm still bearish on the CAD. I'm still looking for price to go a little bit further down. This is a good level to maybe for price to hold it. Yeah, I'm still looking maybe for CAD to go a little bit further down. Some reactions here, maybe to target below this wall. So that's something that I'm kind of still looking for, but we'll see what CAD's going to do. Yeah, and dollar franc Swiss. Finally, I missed the short. Actually, I missed the short in here. Price didn't retrace after kind of reversing. I was aware of there's a little bit of a zone in there. Price never retraced a little bit more towards me. Somewhere in there. Price didn't go there. But finally took the low that I was waiting for. Right, I was looking for price to take this low, which was respected initially, and it finally did. And guess what? Guess where it reacted from, right? From that beautiful demand zone, which again, I don't remember if I covered it in the stream or in the other session, but it was from here, kind of that low. One of the last demand zones in alignment to these lows. Beautiful zone. So I'm happy now where the dollar franc Swiss is, which means that I could maybe start to look for longs finally. Finally, I can start looking for potential moves to the upside. But still cautious. Still cautious. Not going to be blindly looking for longs. The prediction I did this morning, actually, when price was here, I would like to see almost how this starts to be compressed. I wanted to see price kind of breaking this level, even a little bit above this size, but okay, broke above this high. This could mean maybe as an engulf up and then kind of go down. I want to see price creating this above bottom, and there's maybe this demand zone in here. So yeah, I would like to maybe to see price after creating that, going here, pretend that it's being held and going higher, or it's somewhere in alignment with its lows in here, which is now we have actually this demand, and maybe can start having something like that and move to the upside. So let's see. I will be slowly looking for ways to maybe look for longs on dollar franc Swiss. We finally took the low, so we can finally start looking for potential longs on the dollar franc Swiss. I know that there's still a potential for price to go even maybe further down, maybe even here or whatever it may be, but for now, this was the demand zone that I just showed on the 1 time frame. It's a really good level. Also, we finally took this level in here. All this looks compressed eventually. Price can even go further down. It can even go somewhere in there. But for now, why not? We have enough liquidity being created. Yeah, that could occur in here. Again, it's going to be the approach going to mean how price reacts from the level. It's going to mean as well. This was the supply. Actually, in reality, price never really got to the level that I wanted. It just took the high without really reaching my level. But yes, after the break of this, definitely I was looking for price to go a little bit higher. Never got there. Goodbye. Yeah, what else? What else? Basically everything is covered. The yen, as I mentioned, we are looking for price to go below this low as well. That's where I was kind of targeting. for price to go there. I was looking for some kind of reaction in here. In reality, if you go to the 1 time frame, you can see exactly where the demand is and kind of where price end up reacting from. So the reaction from the break of this level, can go into the 1 time frame. And that's exactly kind of the demand zone is in here. So that's where kind of price reacted. It's not even in there. Nevertheless, in my opinion, this is just some reaction which usually occurs. So this will never really reach kind of the next level of support resistance. So expecting some reaction from here, it's quite normal. But I'm still kind of bearish. I'm still looking for price eventually to get a little bit lower. And yeah, maybe reaching those levels that you guys mentioned last Saturday as well. Look for a potential long. So I think this is just a pause in here. Even if you break above this level, I think price eventually going to continue to go down and getting closer to this level. In there, we did broke the high last Friday. As I mentioned, I'm still kind of question mark where this low is reacting from, but I could see even if we break the high, yeah, at least until there. And yes, I'm open to the possibility that from here maybe we may have a bigger move to the upside, as well as I'm still open to the possibility, because I'm still not 100% happy where this was reacted from. I could see maybe new lows before the final turn. Yeah, depending how price is going to be having here, it would be really nice actually to see a proper break of a high again and then continue, and then do some kind of compression, and go. Yep, something like that, and why not? Why not? So yeah, that's kind of what I'll be looking for on the end. We'll see what might occur, and that's it, guys. For me today, it's a quicker one. Again, if you have any questions about anything related to the way I look at the market, feel free to ask. That's as well why I'm doing this live streams on Tuesday. Can be a little bit more educational than just looking at the charts. Of course, I can update from the view that I had during the weekend, which is what I did today. But yes, feel free to ask anything about the way maybe I look at the market. That's why I'm doing this on Tuesday. George, hi George. For sure, oil is a good one. What is your bias, George? Are you looking for? Are you bullish? Are you bearish? What's your idea? Oil, bigger picture. We are approaching this demand zone, right? I'm not even going into the fundamentals on oil. China reopening, fears of recession, whatever, restrictions in Russia from the Eurozone, OPEC meeting next 1st of February, whatever they want to do, cut production, afraid of the demand reducing, better winter than expected, so not much demand, like whatever it may be, right? So whatever news there is for the oil. At this point, what I'm looking at, we can see a little bit of some breaks to the upside while prices continue to go down. Something in here as well. This supply for me, it was important. Price hold it. This was a good short. If you had seen it, we just broke the low in here. Then price kind of went a, because this double top never really reached this level. This could have been a good short, and the target was this low. I was looking for price to reach this level in here before a turn. This is just, it kind of works as magnetic. This week I was looking for price to get there before a turn. It creates a double low. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes price kind of pause in there and it goes higher. It's going to create FOMO. It's going to create everyone to be looking for logs in here, and all of a sudden there's going to occur that fake out. One of my issues in the past was that kind of I look at the demand in here and I wanted to see price going to the demand, and all of a sudden price just was taking the low and reversing and going away. Come on, man. Why don't you retrace to the demand zone? Why did you just stop in the middle? I was missing a lot of trades like that. At this point, I'm no longer expecting price to go all the way to demand, even though I'm aware that kind of the demand is a little bit lower than that. I'm just looking for price to kind of take the the lows, and after that I'm happy to start looking for longs. Let's just say that. At this point, maybe you don't really want it. Price was within this range. So if you don't want to, or you are not sure that price wants to go higher, you may not want to take the trade. But after you see this high breaking this low level, this is an goof up. So yeah, after this one, you could literally look for longs. This high never really reached out the destination towards that level. So there's literally space to fill. And next level, natural level to look for previous level support resistance. Why not? That could be your target. Now, as I mentioned, price indeed respected this level, so there's not exactly proper engulf upwards. So question mark as well if price is going to just turn from here and go all the way up. Even though we are getting really close to that demand zone on the left side, there's maybe a potential for price to go even lower and create a new lower before that turn. Or price can just retest from here. So there are a few levels in here that can work out. That can work out eventually. The same way that price was going upwards in a strong compression is kind of doing the same on the way down, right? Whichever after the break of this, you could target this low. That was kind of my target. Since basically created this break in here, I was looking for price to go down, and there was even a chance to even anticipate to move down in there as well. So yeah, price is approaching or kind of getting really close to this level. Not sure if it touched the level or not, but it's really close. So I'm not going to say that I'm going to be super bullish, because we don't really have a proper break to the upside. I could see price maybe ranging quite a lot for a while. If you start, of course, if you do enter maybe into that recession, maybe price can go all the way down, and there's maybe room for price to go even further down. There's even the chance for price to maybe go all the way down and even take these lows in here. If you do continue on to do that. Yeah, that could be an option. But for now, yeah. Intraday, this could have been a trade. Still aware of that level, as I mentioned, price didn't really react from there. But price didn't really break to the upside either. So it's question marks at this point. Personally, George, it's a little bit not 100% completely bullish, especially because I'm still maybe thinking that 2023 is not to be such a good year. I think we're going to continue to move to the downside, and therefore not really sure if the oil is going to move upwards. Maybe looking at the weekly, yeah, somewhere in there. Maybe price hasn't really touched the level. Maybe price may want to go a little bit lower. Have maybe this level support resistance. Eventually, if price does get really close to these lows, I'm going to be maybe waiting for them actually to be taken, and after that, maybe going only after that going upwards. We actually have a little bit of this level with price pausing here. Maybe targeting this low eventually could be an option, and maybe looking for the reversal after that. But for now, I like this level. This is a weekly level, and it's the origin of this moving there. So yeah. Yeah. Any buys that you have, George? Anything that you are looking for? Bearish, are you bearish, right? Are you looking for the sell on the retest of the highs again? Yeah, without breaking these highs, I'm still not going to be looking. If otherwise, you may even maybe have a retest towards again to the $90 or something like that, and then maybe looking for shorts. Again, in theory, the ascension for the Eurozone to Russia, it was around $60. Kind of that's what I wanted to look for it. Is price really going to go there? Are they going to actually push price down like that? Not really sure. I don't know if I can see it in here. I don't have it. Maybe on TradingView I would have it, because there was a big sell of like back in 2007-8 during the recession and the housing market crisis. But yeah. Yeah, if eventually if price does get closer to this level, yeah, maybe there's opportunity to look for sales again. I even like this level above this high, and here price just rejected from that level. I even like this level as well. But yeah, in here, price is going to test this and drop. Yeah, I don't really trade oil. It's something that I want to maybe start paying attention to because I like the way it reacts from the key levels that I look for. This need to get into the flow of the moves before kind of jumping and starting trading it. Yeah, I need to start following it on the day-to-day basis in the war time frame, following how price moves. It's something that matters to me. Yeah. All right. Thanks, George. I don't know if you have subscribed to the channel. If you haven't, please do it. And that's it for me, guys, for today. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a great week ahead still. These last 3 remaining trading days. And yeah, good luck with the CPI as well. And I'll see you guys back on next Saturday. So thank you. Thank you so much, guys. See you next Saturday. Obrigado.